Dre. How you doing today?
Doing good today. How you doing?
Pretty good. Doing pretty good. Deandre Baker from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. What are some of the things you want to show the NFL scouts here today?
Just show them I could compete in every drill, be top 5 every drill. Just show them I could do everything they want me to do.
What makes you the best cornerback in this class?
My production speaks for itself. Just what I did on the field show for itself on the film.
Playing so many games in college, how do you think that will help your transition to the NFL?
It'll be good. All the experience I have, it'll show on the film. Oh yeah, in the league I like Xavier Rhodes, Patrick Peterson, guys like that. Oh yes, sir. I like to be physical. At the point, jamming receivers, cut them off their route, things like that.
Which interview with teams that stuck out to you so far?
All of them.
Have you met with the Miami Dolphins?
Not yet. Not yet. Yes.
DeAndre, you had a tough call on playing in the bowl game. At first you were going to play, then you decided not to play. When did you change your mind, and what made you decide to change your mind?
A few weeks before the game, I decided not to play after talking to my family. You know, my heart wanted to play, but I had to make a business decision, and I came up with the decision.
How hard was it standing there watching that game as far as difficult things you've done in your career?
It was hard just to watch my team, and when I wanted to be out there with them, you know, they wanted me out there with them, but they understood that I had bigger things, so just knowing I wanted to be able to be out there with them, it was hurting me. No, sir.
Do you have anything scheduled with the Chiefs?
I'm not sure.
If fans are going to go watch a game of yours to get an idea of who you are as a player, what game would you tell them to go watch?
You can watch LSU game. That's one of my best games this year.
What traits do you think you showed in that game that will translate to this level?
I mean, we was down pretty much the whole game, but throughout the game, I just kept fighting. So I just showed my will to keep working, never giving up, and my ball skills.
How close were you to coming out for the NFL last year? What made you decide to stay another year at Georgia?
Oh, yeah, I was pretty close coming out last year, but I decided to stay because 2017 was my first year starting a full season, so I felt like I got something to prove, so I came back another year.
How much do you think you gained in staying, and did you ever second-guess at any point coming back?
Nah, I never second-guessed staying, but I know I gained a lot the last season. There's a lot of areas I improved in, so it helped me overall.
What's the area that you want to show teams the most?
Say that again?
What's the area of improvement that you want to highlight for teams the most, seeing your progression from year 1 to year 2?
I'd say my tackling, my ball production.
Take care of things, prioritize things.
I want to know what you had improved on.
All right.
Because like I said,
How did playing Kirby Smart's defense help prepare you for the NFL in terms of the coverages you're going to see on Sundays?
Oh, yeah, the system we played in at Georgia, it was pretty similar to most NFL teams' playbook. So just knowing the playbook and knowing all the versatile things we did in the secondary, it just transitioned to the NFL, and it helped me.
What percent zone versus man were you in? I know you played a little of both, right?
Probably about 85%, man. We put a little zone in there every now and then.
Would you rather have a pick six at home to make the home crowd go crazy, or a pick six on the road to make the crowd go silent?
Pick six on the road, that's the best feeling.
Now, teams that test you a whole lot, you don't have a lot of film to really show from your senior season. How are you going to kind of overcome that when you talk to these teams?
That's a good thing. You know, it's a reason why the teams don't throw my way.
Tell us about Elijah Holyfield and your relationship.
Best receiver. In a few months, you might be tasked with going up against a team's best receiver. How much do you get up for a challenge like that?
Oh, yeah, week in, week out, I want to face the best receiver. You know, I get up, and that's the first thing on my mind, facing the best receiver. I want to show my talent, want to show his talent, so just man on man, that's what I like to do.
You got to get Elijah Holyfield story you can tell us.
Good Elijah Holyfield story. Now, I just remember him LSU game, consistently play after play, just running over defenders. We just kept watching in the film room on Monday, like, even though we lost, he got some good highlights.
You said that was a game where you were grinding it out.
Yes, sir.
You were all the way to the very end, so you and him kind of both the same way that way.
Yes, sir.
DeAndre, have you caught up with Deebo Samuel? I know you guys had that showdown this year. You guys ever talked and had some fun with that? I
saw him around. We talked, just something simple, real quick.
About playing in the Senior Bowl, you were invited to that. That was another opportunity. Was that another one tough to say no to? You like to compete so much.
I like to compete, but I feel like I got a lot of film, and I did a lot throughout these past years, and I covered the best receiver every week, so it wasn't really much I could prove at the Senior Bowl.
How does Elijah handle being the son of one of the greatest fighters to ever live?
Oh, yeah, he's pretty cool with it. He don't really boast or nothing like that. Pretty humble guy, so he just be chilling.
Who's the best wide receiver you faced this year?
I'd probably say Jeudy from Alabama. Yeah.
Is that the best one you faced in your career?
Nah, Calvin Ridley, the best receiver I faced in my career.
How about Riley at practice?
Oh, yeah, Riley's just like his brother, just a little bit bigger and stronger. Run great routes, great hands.
DeAndre, can you break down the Georgia rivals? It seems everybody's got a different take. I mean, which team is the biggest rival, and which one meant the most to you?
I say Florida because I'm from Florida, and I think that's the biggest rival, other than Tennessee. But Florida, the biggest rival for us.
Now, McCole Hardman said he'd like to see the Florida game go home and home to make it more personal. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would have loved that if it was home. And we go and beat them in their stadium.
Given your research about the NFL, what do you feel is going to be the hardest transition for you, or the thing that you want to sort of attack whenever whatever team sort of picks you?
The hardest transition probably be managing time. It's a transition from college to NFL. You don't have any classes, no homework, things like that. All you got to do is focus on your job. So that would be the biggest transition.
Where would you say you improved in terms of film study, junior year, coming back senior year, knowing that you would be the number one guy, taking on the number one receiver most days?
Oh, yeah, I watch a lot more film than my junior to my senior, and I had to help young guys, so it helped me too. So overall, I watch a lot more film.
DeAndre, talk about playing for Kirby Smart. It looks like he's pretty active over there. What's it like being coached by Kirby, and just how vocal is he out there at practice?
Oh, Coach Smart is very vocal. He wants things done the right way, and he wants you to work hard at every moment. So, him being on you just help the team. That's why we moved up throughout the past years.
Does it take a little while to get used to that coaching style? I mean, do you see the freshmen kind of learning the ropes and learning what Kirby's going to be like?
Oh, yeah, the freshmen, they're coming out of high school, so, they're used to the coaches, like, being soft on them, but eventually they get on board.
Hey, DeAndre, the draft guys I talked to said they got you as the top corner because you're tough and you like to get up in there and you're not afraid to tackle. Don't want to talk bad about the LSU corner, but they didn't say he doesn't do that. What part of that game, where does that part of your game come from?
Well, that's just me being tough, That just come from my upbringing at Liberty City, Miami. That's just how we breed, tough breed. So just me not being scared of nothing, being fearless on the field.
What do you think is the toughest route to defend on the field?
Probably the back shoulder fade, because the receivers get a chance to push off without getting a penalty on that one.
You got a new name now?
Huh?
You got a new name now? You're not going by DeAndre anymore? We got Dre now.
I'm still DeAndre. They just put Dre.
You mentioned coming from Miami, but you weren't necessarily a 5-star guy, right? You were like a 3-star. Did you develop into a 5-star, or did they just miss the boat on you coming out?
They missed the boat big time. Big time.
Did that motivate you?
Oh, definitely motivated me, because I knew I was on the top in the nation. I just didn't have a chance to show it because I didn't do all the camps and things like that, but now I'm here.
When a team drafts you, what are they getting?
If a team drafting, they getting a competitor, a guy who's going to come in and work every day, and compete and challenge the number one receiver on the opposing team, try to lock them down. That's what I do.
How would you describe your strengths?
I'm a playmaker. The team morale, I'm going to lift the team up when the team need me. I'm going to make a big play when the team need it. That's me.
DeAndre, when did you think that you could be the number one cornerback in the draft? What age were you?
Ever since I started playing corner, that was my dream right there. Wanting to jump up and being the number one corner in the draft.
DeAndre, you guys came so close against Alabama 2 years in a row. You've been a team leader in that game both years. What does Georgia got to do to get over that hump? How close are they, do you think?
We're very close. These last few years we fell short in the last final minutes of the game. So just finishing out the last couple minutes of the game, we'll be straight.
Who are some of the young Georgia DBs that we're going to be talking to the Combine next year, the year after that?
Oh, J.R. Reed, definitely. Richard LeCount. And you got young guys, Eric Stokes coming out, Tyson Campbell, so you'll see them next year, definitely.
Jay, playing for a defensive-minded head coach, how does that culture and that scheme, how did that help transition you to being the premier defensive back in this draft?
Oh, yeah, being under Coach Mel Tuck and Coach Kirby Smart, good defensive minds, you know, them showing me the ropes of the game, things I could use, techniques, and how to watch film, and little small things to help my game improve. That was big for me.
We know they always promote competition like crazy. You already talked about that. How big is that for you?
Oh, yeah, every day we compete, no matter if it's against my receiver, Riley Ridley, Nico Hartman, no matter if it's in practice or whatever, we like to compete. Even in the film room, we jot down every rep, who win in every rep, so just competing all day.
What are you going to run in the 40 tomorrow?
I don't want to tell you yet. I just want you to see. I don't want to scare nobody yet.
Denzel Ward was the first corner taken in last year's draft.
Yes, sir.
Ended up making the Pro Bowl. Did you pick up anything from what you saw from his rookie season?
I'm feeling good.
He had a good rookie season. I ain't really watched much of the Browns, but he had a good rookie season, I know.
What are you doing to try to make that same accomplishment?
Just working on my game, you know, just getting what I got to do, work on what I got to work on.
What makes Jake Fromm such an effective quarterback? You went up against him so much in drills. What do you think makes Jake an NFL prospect?
Oh, Jake's definitely an NFL prospect. The mental part of the game, he got that down pat. Before the play even start, he'll know what coverage you're in, know what you want to do. So his pre-snap reads is amazing.
Who's the best opposing quarterback outside of Georgia that you faced in your career?
I have to say Tua from Alabama.
And what made Tua special? You saw the national championship game. Is that the same Tua that you'd seen in the previous two games, or do you think he was still bothered by that injury?
He maybe was bothered by the injury, but we played a good role on defense to keep him bottled up. So, but the year before he came in and won it as a freshman, so I had a hats off to him.
What do you think makes Georgia's program different?
I just say the mentality of the players and the coaches. Everybody's on one accord. You know, everybody want to work. Every day is a work day, and just staying relentless and working.
At one point, you had lost the starting job to Juwan Briscoe, and then you came in and kind of took over. Was that the LSU game that you came in for him? Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yeah. That was Ole Miss 2016 year.
Yeah, but then I don't think you started pretty much every game since then.
Yes, sir.
What happened in that kind of position battle, you know, for him to kind of edge you out, then you come back? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I can't tell you. I can't. That's not a question that I can answer.
Did you have enough dealings with Dan Lanning to know what to expect, what Georgia can expect with him now as the new defensive coordinator?
Nah, I ain't really talked to Coach Lanning like that. There's a few conversations on the field during the game, but other than that, nah.
What did you think about DK Metcalf running like a 4.3 at 230 pounds?
Freak of nature.
Did you ever get to play against him?
Nah, I ain't play against him.
You remember playing against A.J. Brown and DeMarcus Lodge back in like 2016?
Back in 2016, I remember that.
What do you think are some of the strengths of it, especially A.J. Brown? Like what makes him a good receiver?
Big receiver, running great routes, physical guy. You know, he's hard to tackle.
DeAndre else has a question for the fans. They always want to know about the black jerseys. Did you have a feeling about those, and did you guys ever lobby to wear those more often?
We wanted to wear the black jerseys every week, but we didn't get a chance to.
Do you think Kirby will ever let that thing go, or will we see that anytime soon?
Never. No time soon.
Most about Athens?
I'd probably say just the game day atmosphere. Just being on the field in front of like 90,000 people. Just the atmosphere. That's what I miss best.
Can you talk a little about the first time you ran out for a game day in Sanford Stadium?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. My freshman year, just running out, I was talking to Sony. He was like, man, whatever you do, don't look at the crowd when you get on the field. That was my first day, and it was crazy. At first, I was a little scared, but then after my first play, I was good.
So now that you're on the way out, I think we asked you this during the regular season. Who was the fastest guy last year on the team? I know you're going to time tomorrow, but who do you think the fastest guy on Georgia's team was last season?
I don't know. I don't really think too many people faster than me. Well, I'll say probably Miko, Jason Stanley, or Tyson Campbell. Out of those three right now, it's a tie between those three until we see them race.
Is there a NFL player, past or present, you think your skill set mimics?
Not really, but I like Deion Sanders a lot.
What receiver are you most looking forward to facing in the NFL?
Anyone in the top 3 receivers, it don't matter. I don't have Odell, Julio, AB. Yeah.
DeAndre, earlier this week, Deebo Samuel said you were the best guy he faced last year. What do you remember about that game?
I mean, I had a good game, you know. Other than me dropping the ball at the 1 yard line, I had a good game.
What happened after that? We never really got this story. What did Kirby do at the practice following Monday?
There's a few extra runs after practice. A lot of extra runs after practice.
You laughed when I asked that question. You clearly remember that game. What was it about that made you smile?
You know, it was just a few feuds in the media. It's back and forth. It made the stakes more higher than what it was expected to be.
Were you motivated by that?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
You feel like you proved yourself?
Oh, definitely.
Do you feel more comfortable man or a zone scheme?
I like to play man. That's more competitive, but I can play both man and zone. It don't really matter. I can do it all.
When a team calls your name on draft day, what are they getting?
I'm just a guy who's going to come every day and work, compete, good morale, you know, good team player.
I know Georgia's got a full backfield, but one guy that's probably going to be here next year is DeAndre Swift. Can you tell us what we can expect from DeAndre next season?
He's the best back in college football right now, by far.
What makes him special?
Just his change of direction. He can do everything. He can be a power back, be a speed back, line up out wide. He can do it all. DeAndre Swift, best running back right now in college.
Can you tackle?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of going off of that, you were talking about Elijah earlier, and we got these guys, wide receivers at the combine here. What was it like to go up against them in practice every day?
Who, Elijah?
Yeah, well, all of them, really.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good, you know, just to go against one like the best. Like, I feel like Elijah was one of the best at his position last year. Same thing with Riley and Miko. They was one of the best at what they do. So just going against them in practice made me better, made the defense better overall.
Why do you think Georgia played so much more, or why do you think you guys played so much more man coverage and zone coverage?
Just being confident in our secondary. You know, we had guys who can get the job done.